Hey Titans, in this video I'll show you how to add a custom resource timeline onto your Form Titan scheduler. So we're going to head to our form builder and select the calendar element. Click on the settings, hit configure, and head over to general, and you can see custom timeline duration, custom timeline text, and it's expecting us to map something onto it. So we're going to create two hiddens, and you can map these hiddens directly from Salesforce and have them display dynamically. So what we're going to do is just do it statically in this instance. So we're going to do custom timeline duration, and we're going to do custom timeline text, and this one we're going to set a value of 4. So we're going to get 4 days on the timeline, and this one will be custom view. This is the text that will appear on the button. Now the only thing left to do is head over to the toolbar, drop the custom timeline where you want it. I'm going to put it in the center, and head back to general. And what I'm going to do is map the custom timeline to my hiddens. Custom timeline text, and we're good to go. And again, these can be dynamically brought from Salesforce or from anywhere else, condition on the screen or so. I'm going to click custom view, and now we can see it vertically. So we see my resources and then the number of days we want to see. If you want to do this dynamically from conditions on the screen or from something that changes this after the calendar is loaded, then you'll need to do some behavior on it. So let's do something like so. I'm going to add a slider, and in the slider we're going to do 1 to 10, and the minimum will be 2. And we're going to set a condition on this. If it's not empty, then what we want to do is set the custom timeline duration to my slider. Hit apply. We don't need to support the opposite. And let me show you what happens now, and then we will fix it. Let's just bring up the slider up here. And save, and refresh the form. All right. So you can see that my timeline is not showing since the duration is 0, updated to the slider. What we need to do here, set on the slider that the slider is greater than 0. Let's do slider greater than 2. I'll hit apply and save, refresh the form. Okay, our duration is 4. And if I'll click on the custom views, you can see the days here. If I'll make it larger, nothing will happen. Even though my duration changes, the view doesn't change. And the reason for this is that we need to render the calendar again. So we're going to head back to the timeline duration, and we're going to set a condition on this, and we'll say in our instance, you would say is not empty. In our instance, we would do greater than 4 because we know the initial value, but let's just stick with it is not empty. And what we're going to do is go to the calendar element and do render. Hit apply, and I'll refresh this, and let's see how it goes. So I'm going to make the slider bigger. Let's do 7, and now you can see that I get 7 days. You can go up to 10, and then you can see 10 days in here. Obviously it doesn't make any sense because it makes a lot of makes it into a tiny space, but this is what you will need to do. Technically, once this changes dynamically, your custom view changes dynamically on the screen itself, then you will need to re-render the calendar. And this is how it's done.